All right, man. Decided to get another morning stream in and shit. Yeah, like I said, just getting up, gonna do a live stream right quick, man. Before shit, I'm gonna go back to sleep. Shit, I gotta go to work today and shit. But yeah, I'm just man. I still can't get over the aftermath of last night. It was crazy, man. It was yeah, really crazy, man. That fighting shit with Khabib and Conor McGregor, man, and people got arrested. Um, they saying that the commission is holding Khabib's purse. They saying Khabib is possibly losing $2 million. Me myself, I don't feel like they should withhold this purse, man. I feel, hey, he went through with the fight. He won the fight. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he walked out of the octagon as soon as they, rung the bell, unlike some people and shit. So I feel like they need to get a dude his money. You know what I'm saying? If they want to fine him, whatever the case may be. But yeah, pay the man, you know, because when people pull shit like that, say they withholding your purse, it seemed like they trying to get out of paying you. He lived up to his end of the bargain. He went through with the fight. Now, what happened afterwards, that was unfortunate. Now, from what people were saying, that his team was let go, because Conor McGregor did not want to press charges. Now, they're saying that possibly if there's a rematch, which more than likely they will be a rematch, they saying this dude can make the upwards of $8 million, which we all know that, hey, people gonna watch the rematch, even though I think the rematch gonna have the same results though. But I'm in. When they fight again, I'm gonna watch the rematch. So who knows? Shit. Who knows? If the timing is right, if it's in the same place, shit, I may go to the fight. Shit. I've never been to an actual MMA fight, but shit, first time for everything. Shit, I might as well see can I cover that fight. That would be one fight I would be very interesting interested in covering and shit. I think it would be good for my brand. I think it would be good for the LDBC, go a different direction sometimes, just cover, some other combat sports. So I think it would be big. So who knows? Depending on what happens with Khabib, you know, we'll see what happens. I don't know how long he's gonna be suspended or whatever the case may be. But, to a certain degree, those MMA fighters were kind of, you know, putting, I mean, I understand what happened and it was some, chaos, after the fight. But at the same time, let's not make it look like people got shot and all that type of shit. These type of things didn't happen before. There didn't been plenty of boxing matches where there were incidents after the fight. Riddick Bowe, Andrew Galata, then Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield. I think that was the second fight where some dude parachuted in and shit. Don't know why, but he parachuted in and shit. So these things happen. Not saying that it's a good thing, but it happens. And that's what people gotta understand. We live in a world now where people make it look like this is like the worst thing they ever saw. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, what's up, man? Top of the morning. Yeah, they make it look like this was like I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, come on, man. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, people make it look like, oh man, I don't even. I ain't even on that tip yet. That's when you like do your shit off your computer. I'm like doing my shit off my phone and shit. But I'm gonna start using my laptop a little bit more. I ain't like really computer savvy like a lot of these other dudes is though. But I'm still learning the process. I'm still learning a lot of things and shit. But I got some uh shit. Matter of fact, I got an announcement. I'm gonna be putting up like in a couple of hours. Hey, what's up, brother? What's up, man? But yeah, man, the overall fight itself was man, it was a success. I can't wait to see what the pay-per-view numbers is, but I hope to see Khabib pretty soon. But they talking about so far his fate gonna be decided in a I guess in a few days, what they gonna do with him and shit. But I was kind of laughing at Dana White because he was sitting up talking about. I mean, them people was kind of over dramatizing the situation, saying I was just disgusted and talk about this is a black eye for MMA. Man, not really, not really. It ain't no black eye for MMA. Actually, it brought more attention to MMA. You might have brought in some more fans, a different type of fan base. Because sometimes it takes a melee to make people say, oh man, this is how they roll. So that's not exactly true. The ratings for the rematch, the pay-per-view ratings, the pay-per-view, buys for the next fight is going to be huge. No, I already know eventually Conor McGregor is going to go to probably the WWE, or he just going to become a full-blown actor. That's probably what's going to happen with Conor McGregor. I know he can get one last big payday out of this. I think he should consider retirement, but then I get it. I understand this is a business now. I'm telling you right now, when they see how much attention this fight has drawn since it happened, they gonna do this again. Yeah, they gonna do this again because, as I said before, this is a business. Yeah, I saw Tony Ferguson. He said both of them. He said both of them is afraid of him. Ferguson is long and lengthy, but it doesn't mean that he could have his way with Khabib. Khabib is real strong, and he's a thinker when he's in that octagon, and I saw that. So, keep in mind, Ferguson almost got shit. Ferguson almost got his lights put out, but he recovered quick from that punch. But shit, he got semi-floored and shit. So, I mean, he went backwards when he got hit. So, I mean, the key to having success against Khabib, from my knowledge, is don't let him get you on the ground. Because he uses that wrestling experience to his advantage. Hey, what's up, man? Well, I mean, you got to understand, you got to look who was involved in that melee. So that's why you got to look and see who was involved in that melee. We already know what this is about at the end of the day. And then a lot of people don't know. I found out that that Khabib appears to be a Muslim. And like I said before, Conor McGregor was making those kind of comments, that he always make towards fighters. And this is the problem that I have with Conor McGregor. He does this every time he fights a fighter. He makes these racial innuendos about fighters. He's done this about Spanish fighters. He's done this about, the shit with Floyd. He's done this. He got a history of doing this shit. Yeah. And that's what he was pissed off about. And see, this is one of the things that I have a problem with Dana White, But then again, his last name is White, so what you expect? You know, these dudes withholding information. See, these dudes never want to tell the whole story. They try to, you know, make this a smear campaign, but then, like I said, all they doing is helping. You know, they're helping build a fan base for Khabib because now people are gonna rally behind Khabib. They're gonna see him as a dude that's like getting the raw deal because they're not telling the whole story. And this is something that needs to be brought up to Dana White. You got to start asking guys like Dana White, you know. Yeah. Well, you got to understand Dana White is like the no post Dana White is like the star. So, of course he going and I mean remember remember Dana White kind of gave Conor a pass for that shit he did in New York City. And people need to bring that up. Because I remember people was kind of like saying, oh, Conor McGregor might have a drug problem, and they was kind of giving him a pass for that. And I noticed once again, Conor McGregor wasn't getting called a thug, but then some people calling Khabib a thug. And I don't like the idea of that. Well, I wouldn't exactly say undercover. I mean, it's kind of like you kind of can see it. I mean, you kind of can see it. But the problem that I have once again, they're not discussing the fact that Khabib is a practicing Muslim. Cause see, when you start bringing up those issues, see that's an uncomfortable issue for people to talk about. Yeah, I just don't want them running a smear campaign. Yeah, what's up, Quest? Yeah, I'm talking about the shit with Khabib about him being a practicing Muslim. Hey, what's up, man? See, people see that, you know, Quest put the story out there and then I went and looked it up. But now, like I said, it all makes sense. Now, people always like withholding information. Because see, when you bring up that word Muslim, it scared the shit out of people. Or it turned into a touchy subject. You know. So that's what it's really all about. I don't know. Yeah, kind of the thing with Conor McGregor, no, Paul, he decided after Khabib's team, like three members of his team got arrested and he decided not to press charges. Well, that's good because your ass caught a break. So after what you did, and I mean you caused a melee in New York City. So that would be the right thing to do is not to like press charges against the dude. But then what people don't know is what people don't know is there's a camera angle where Conor McGregor says something to dude. So that kind of like helped make the situation even worse. Because that's what they not telling. They tried to make it look like it was just an innocent attack on hey, what's up, Michelle? Yeah, they was trying to make it look like it was just, you know, Khabib snap, but then Conor McGregor was saying shit too. Of course, they gonna leave that out. They just gonna try to, you know, make it look like, oh, Khabib snapped and all that type of shit. And then, you know, those, you know, MMA fighters in the UFC, you know, trying to get on code and try to say, I'm just appalled of what happened. Man, come on, man. Stop this shit, man. For real. You guys getting the attention that y'all wanted because you got me talking about the shit. So, oh, hey, man, appreciate that, man. Dang, what up? Yeah, that's true. That's true. No Paul, but Connor. I mean, Connor keep fucking. I mean, I guess like I guess MMA is just a little different though than boxing and shit. I mean, I guess if you got loyal fans, they gonna keep coming, but uh Connor better start winning some big time fights. And to tell you the truth, Conor McGregor still might be feeling that Mayweather effect when he got, when he damn near got his head beat in and shit. But Conor McGregor is just as much at fault as Khabib, because he was saying, people keep talking about, oh well, you got to keep shit in the ring and shit, and this is these two dudes hate each other, because like when you start talking about somebody's religion, that's personal shit. One thing about me at the job is two things I try not to discuss, that I've always been told not to discuss. I don't discuss politics or religion because they just too controversial. I stay away. I just do not. I just refuse to talk about those two particular subjects, because I try to stay stay clear of that type of talk, because it always turns into something controversial. It could turn shit when you talk about politics and religion. It can turn ugly real quick, and it can get to the point to where fists are flying in the air. So I try to avoid that shit. Yeah, USC. I mean, UFC took a big L against boxing, because they took a big. I mean, excuse me, boxing took a big L compared to UFC, because this is a fight that needed to get made, and it got made. But on the flip side of boxing, we can't get people to get in the ring. If these damn fighters would get their asses in the ring in boxing, we could help sell the fight. We could help bring people to the fights and put asses in the seats. If these dudes would just fucking fight. What I'm gonna what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna call coach. I'm gonna tell him to wait a little bit, and I'm gonna see, can coach try to get Khabib's team, or Khabib at least, a interview, a LDBC interview. So I would like to hear their side of stuff. Hear them talk about what led to what happened after the fight, because that's one thing about the LDBC. We want to give people an outlet to, uh, tell their side of the story. That's gonna come down to Oscar. It really comes down to look, at the end of the day, it really come down to what Oscar want to do. But at the very least, we're not gonna see at least a hint that Canelo and Charlo gonna happen for at least a year, because Canelo just came off a tough fight, and Oscar is just, like I said, Oscar is gonna line Canelo up with this dude that nobody cares about. Then I think that Canelo is gonna fight Jaime Maguire sometime next year. It's the writing is on the wall, and we already see that fight happening. They gonna put Jaime, but then again, based off this debacle with HBO, Jaime Maguire got to get back on TV. Triple G is gone. Triple G already then made it clear he not gonna fight Charlo. They gonna find another truck driver to fight, and try to manipulate the system, and try to go into a third fight with Canelo, because hey, it's it's a payday for Triple G. And like I said, now that the hype is over with Triple G, and he didn't finally lost the fight, he not gonna have that same stature and that mystique that he had. So the thing is now Triple G got to finally prove to everybody how good he really is, or how good everybody said he was. What the whole problem that I didn't had with Triple G from the start is he said nobody didn't want to fight him, but then I noticed everybody that said they would fight him, he never wanted to go that direction. Now you fought Martin Rosen, a dude that never fought at middleweight, but then you hired Lara, who said he would go up to middleweight and fight you. You didn't want to fight him, and he said he had been calling you out for like 2 years. Everybody that called Triple G out, he didn't want to fight him, and this has been going on for the longest. Yeah, Laura was the one of the first people that said, "Hey, I'll fight him." And now the problem, this is what got Triple G like permanently on my shit list. It's like when he made his HBO, when he made his HBO debut, which I think was around 2012. Triple G said he'll fight anybody from 154 to 168, and he said that he would go up to 168 to fight Andre Ward. This is when Andre Ward was like nursing an injury. So then when Andre Ward returned and he said, "Hey, well, let's make a fight," they kept telling him no. And that's what got me like permanently like off the Triple G bandwagon. I never respected him for that, because you called it, you basically was clout chasing. You just was name dropping the dude's name to get people to think you would actually fight him when you had no intentions on ever fighting him. You know, it's pretty much the same thing that Sean Porter keep doing. Like Sean Porter don't have no intentions on ever fighting Errol Spence. Yeah, all them dudes. Yeah, every last one of them dudes said that. Every last one of them dudes said they would fight Triple G, and he never went their direction. Oh yeah, yeah, he did say, he did hint that he would consider fighting at light heavyweight too. I keep forgetting that. What? But he not going up to no light heavyweight. It's too many monsters at. It's too many monsters. Hey, what's up? Hey, it's too many monsters at. It's too many monsters at 168, 60. I mean 175. That definitely ain't gonna happen. Yeah, Ronald. That's all they was doing. It was clout chasing. It was clout chasing from the gate, and it worked too. Because you had people literally causing a frenzy on YouTube, coming to all these channels saying that Triple G would destroy Andre Ward and all that type of shit. And that's how a lot of that, that's how a lot of them overconfident Triple G fans came about. They just would come out of nowhere, coming on a lot of these YouTube channels talking that shit, that Triple G was invincible, he was an unstoppable freight train, and that he could catch bullets with his teeth, and you know he could walk on water, and you know he could turn water into wine and all that. I mean, for real, that's how all that shit started with Triple G and shit. And we had to put up with that shit for years. Nah, Triple G never had me fooled. I saw right through him. I saw right through Triple G from the start. And when he fought Kell Brook, that vindicated everything I thought about him. I said this dude struggled against a welterweight. People keep forgetting, until the stoppage, Kell Brook was ahead on two of the cards. And he, I hope he learned this lesson. But he working with Joe Joyce like right now. So Joe Joyce made his American debut. It's just one of them situations. So far so good. But then the thing is, Abel Sanchez don't teach defense, and he admitted that. Yeah, one of the thing is with Triple G, the persona, a lot of the persona got built off of fear, and a lot of these fighters bought into it. When Abel Sanchez was saying nobody goes 12 rounds with him, and then you had HBO hyping him up. I mean, when I was watching the preliminary bouts for Canelo Triple G2, the way the commentary was for Triple G, it was just almost sickening. I'm talking about, I had never saw nut hugging like that in my life. I mean, they was just making it look like this dude like just plowed down the best of the best, and that wasn't the case. That's why you notice on First Take, they didn't let certain people come on there and talk about Triple G, because they knew there was people that could poke holes in everything that HBO said about Triple G and shit. A guy like me, that's another reason why I think Teddy Atlas kind of got into it with ESPN, because they kept pumping him up, and I think Teddy Atlas got sick of it. Oh, it worked. I mean, Abel Sanchez, it worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. I mean, it worked tremendously. Abel Sanchez got that shit to work, and along with HBO and shit, and Jim Lampley and them. So it worked for a while. It worked for a while. And then I started, like, the more I watched Triple G, I just started. And like I said, I was like, I don't see what's so special. I kept telling people, I don't see what's so special about this dude. And then when everybody was praising him and shit, yeah. Every time I watched Triple G fight, I was like, I don't see what's so special about this dude. It was just like, I remember like back in the day when they was pumping up Hector Camacho Jr. When I back in the day when USA Network had their little boxing program, and they was having like guys like Hector Camacho Jr., and I was watching that dude fight, and I was like, I don't see what's so special about him. I just didn't see it, and I never saw it in Triple G. I was like, I knew exactly what type of fighter could beat Triple G. And I knew Triple G was going to avoid those type of fighters. I knew Triple G would struggle against a come forward, aggressive fighter. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sean. I never believed in Triple G. I just I didn't think he was that good. I thought he had power, but I thought he was very mechanical. I thought he was very mechanical, and I thought a lot of the persona was built off fear. And then of course, he was a non-black fighter. HBO, what they did was HBO thought that they could bring in a bunch of casual, white fans to rally behind Triple G, and it didn't work. Yeah, if Floyd would have fought Triple G at 154, Floyd would have humiliated him. Well, this is why I keep saying this stuff about Errol Spence, about making him the boogeyman. Why I keep telling people that they need to slow down, because like I said before, I told people that Errol Spence, like fighting a dude like Canelo, that wouldn't be a good fight for him. Stylistically, that's not a good fight for him. And Canelo is just too fucking big, and he got too much experience fighting at, at that weight class. Like I said before, Errol Spence would need at least three warm-up fights. At best, he would need 3 warm-up fights at 154, 160, maybe 2 fights at 154, and then a catch weight at 158 or something to get him prepared for like Canelo. Like I said, I'm telling the truth. I'm a fan, but I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I don't see Errol Spence just jumping from 147 to 160 and beating Canelo. That's just, I don't see that. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, Tito was the man. I used to hang out with him in West Oakland sometimes because that's where he lived. Yeah, but I'm just telling the truth. Yeah, I'm just telling the truth. Just like Mikey Garcia came to his senses about going up to 147 and fighting Errol Spence. He gonna take another fight. Mikey Garcia need to get this dude out the way and set up the Lomachenko fight, because I'm gonna tell you right now, most people believe, I believe that Mikey Garcia is gonna stop Lomachenko if they fight. I truly believe that. I don't want to see him go up to 147 and fight Errol Spence, because like it makes no sense for him to take that fight. Just like it makes no sense for Errol Spence. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe nah, I haven't. Nah. Yeah, so like, yeah, so all these people sitting up here saying that Errol Spence should go up to 160 and fight Canelo. Nah, he better not. He better not. He better not. And the same thing with Mikey Garcia going up to 147 to fight Errol Spence. It don't make no sense. And like I said, it'll be man, it'll be a circus fight, man, and nobody, for real, nobody don't want to see this shit. Nobody don't want to see that shit, because all that's gonna happen is you just gonna have a whole bunch of people. You gonna have the diehard Errol Spence fans mad because he fought Canelo, but then at the same time, these dudes at 147 won't get in the ring with him. Yeah, Kevin, that's why, man. Look, man, I don't be paying attention to these boxer managers slash dads and shit. Like I keep telling you, Kenny Porter is a compulsive liar. He a liar just like he a liar just like fucking Eddie Hearn. He tell us one thing, but then behind the scenes he do another thing and shit. Like I said, they have no, when I say they have no intentions on fighting Errol Spence. The only way they fight Errol Spence, if basically Al Heyman begged them to fight Errol Spence, and then he probably gonna have to pay, Errol Spence. I mean, probably gonna have to pay Sean Porter his regular purse plus a little something extra to get him in the ring. But the only way, I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is from me to you. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is from me to all y'all that's listening. The only way Sean Porter get in the ring with Errol Spence, if they try to make it some type of pay-per-view, because he feel like he can get a bigger percentage depending on, how the pay-per-view is marketed and all that type of shit. Because he feel like he can get an upfront salary, get $2 million upfront plus probably additional $2 million for, depending on how it does on pay-per-view. That's the only fucking way. Yeah, Fox could step in. That's the only way, man. I'm telling y'all right now. That's the only fucking way they gonna get that nigga in the ring with Errol Spence. Yeah, that's the only yeah, like I said, K Diddy, the funny part about K Diddy, cause I'm gonna call him K Diddy now, since he don't have no since once again the nigga went back on his word and shit, you know, cause like I said, I've been trying to interview, K Diddy for the last couple of years and shit, and then this nigga was telling people behind the scenes stop calling him K Diddy, and then when I tried to set up an interview, this dude would be playing games and shit with me. So that's why, I have the issue with the nigga that I had with the dude. You know, this nigga got my number. I done told the nigga to like hit me up so we could try to like at least talk behind the scenes. But like I said, Kenny Porter the type of nigga that thinks somebody gonna record him and shit. And I done said on several occasions that I wasn't gonna record the nigga if he called me and shit. I just want, but then again, Kenny Porter don't want to do interviews with people where he can't like narrate the interview, where he can't like control the interview and shit. And that's what he was just mad because he couldn't control the interview with Ticket. The WBC, the sanctioned bodies ain't got shit to do with fucking Sean Porter. Not one. He just don't want to fight Errol Spitz. He keep talking about, well, I got to see who they gonna mandate me to fight. Look, a title defense or unification trump everything. Everybody knows that in boxing, you don't have to fight. No, look, how many motherfuckers didn't really fought they mandatories? They use that mandatory shit if it's a mandatory that they know they could beat. That's the only time these dudes, because okay, if that's the case, Triple G kept saying that Dominic Wade and Willie Monroe was they mandatories. Okay, well, Chalo was a mandatory, and so was Dobry and Chaco. Did they fight him? Nope. Them sanctioning bodies be there sometimes for the protection of certain fighters, and that's been proven time and time again. Because if these so-called sanctioning bodies really wanted certain fighters to fight certain fights, they would say either you fight this dude or you gonna be stripped, and they not doing it. Yeah, have you watched any of my videos? We all did call the sanctioning bodies out. I've been called all them sanctioning bodies out. But y'all gotta understand, in most cases, they all in cahoots with each other. Like I said, they gonna protect a certain fighter they have a certain interest in. You already know that Oscar De La Hoya is cool with the WBC. Them is people. So so because that's the only way they would allow Canelo to fight somebody like this dude that nobody ever heard of. Like, I mean, to be honest with you, the shit is like a travesty. So yeah, I did called out the sanctioning bodies and did now the thing is with the IBF is they damn near shit. They quick to strip you as well as they'll give you a title shot. Because one thing about certain boxers, some people get too emotionally invested in certain fighters to where they fear they certain fighter that they root for is gonna lose. I don't care. Well, to a certain degree, in the new, they do listen to us. They some of them, a lot of them do. Some of the pressure that's getting put on these fighters to make certain fights is via new media or LDBC or the other people or the other independent like channels that's out here. Trust me, they listen. Just like I know for a fact a lot of these fighters. Oh, I know for a fact a lot of these fighters like watch my videos and shit. I know for a fact. They I don't show my face too much like on my channel and shit, but they know who I am and shit. They didn't heard of me and shit. They didn't heard of a lot of us. I know for a fact that Bud Crawford watches my videos. So I mean, I know that to be fact. So it's quite a few people out there that watch my videos. I know for a fact there's certain boxers and shit. And one thing I try to do is when I go to these boxing matches, I try to establish some kind of just try to establish like a relationship with these fighters and shit and get them an outlet. Cause like what I'm gonna do is when I get a chance, I'm gonna go to Stockton and I'm gonna set up something with the kid, Gabriel Flores Jr. I'm gonna call his father and I'm gonna try to go to Stockton where he trained at and shit, and then I'm gonna try to do a feature on him and shit. Yeah, to a certain degree. Yeah, but no, Paul. Some of these fighters, some of them like us, some of them don't. Yeah, we try. Yeah, so like I said, I'll be setting up a lot of shit with these fighters and shit. So, Gabriel Flores, his dad snuck me in the locker room because they didn't want the media in the locker room and shit. But I got an exclusive interview with Gabriel Flores Jr. In the locker room before the fight and after the fight. So I'm gonna go to Stockton when I get a chance, and I'm gonna put something together. Stockton is like about a 45-minute drive. I used to live out there, so I know the city pretty well and shit. So I got some shit coming up though, but that's what you do and shit. But we don't know. Not yet. um I know Frank Warren did an interview with Blue Blood Sports. Um he didn't say the fight was off, but then he didn't say the fight was exactly on neither. So I'm just gonna assume the fight is gonna happen. I mean, the fight is supposed to take place within like a couple of weeks. See, here's the thing that everybody keeps saying about Boo Boo. We keep, like I said, we waiting for him to have his moment. Everybody, hey, thanks, man. Thanks, man, for the super chat donation. Look, everybody keep telling me, man, that Boo Boo Andre is the best 160 guy out there. Everybody I didn't talk to behind the scenes keep saying he the best dude at 160, but the problem is, like I keep saying, when is we gonna see it? I'm wondering when we gonna see it. I'm waiting to see when is we gonna see how good this dude is, because for whatever reason he got a history of pulling out of fights or not going through with fights, or fights not coming to fruition because of his management team. This is all we hear about Demetrius Andrade. I mean, who was his? I mean, Andrade, his last credible opponent was what? Shit, man, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. That's what I'm saying, man. We don't know how good this we don't know how good this dude is because he can't get marquee fights. Okay, this is a semi marquee fight for him. If he pulls this off, then okay, we got to see what's next for him. I don't know how long his deal is with DAZN, because to me, I feel the DAZN is just in the way and shit. You know, DAZN is just in the way, fucking up, just another way, another loophole to get through to get these good fights. I mean, it's right. I mean, it's right down the middle. I mean, as far as Charlo go, he beat K9 Bundreds, who was 43 at the time, 42. I mean, he got a victory. He got a victory over Trout. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. I really watched that fight with Jamal Charlo versus Trout, and man, he hit Trout with some shit that should have knocked him out. I don't know. I think they can. I really, you know, I think I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. Do y'all really? Yeah, yeah. And the new you, that's true. Uh-uh. Wait, let me go. Look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Do y'all really want to see a Hurd Lara rematch? I think Hurd won that fight decisively. I thought Hurd was the first dude that clearly ever beat Lara. I don't think Lara want none of that again. That fight took a lot out of Lara. You know, that's a fight you could tell took a lot out of him. If he fight Jarrett Hurd again, he probably getting stopped. I don't want to see that again. I think he gonna get stopped if he fight Jarrett Hurd again. Jarrett Hurd is just too tough of a guy. Jarrett Hurd is a tough fight for anybody, and that includes Charlo. He's a tough fight for anybody. Well, see, the reason why No Paul he switched his style because people was complaining. I don't know if you know his last fight where he was the main event and he was like in New York. People was walking out of that fight because he had that reputation to be just a, you know, like stylistically he wasn't a dude you would break down barriers and walls to see his shit. So he wanted the Jarrett Hurd fight. He wanted to try to fight more, and boy, did that backfire on him. He took, man. That's a good question. Yeah, I think it's too. I think it's too late, man. I don't think Lara should fight that dude again. Nah, Hurd ain't ducking that dude. Hurd ain't ducking that dude. But like I said, I don't even think to be honest with you, I keep telling you, do you want to see that fight? Laura has everything to lose. Because if he get beat up again, his chances of getting a fight with a guy like Triple G is out the door. He falls way to the back of the line. Jarrett Hurd is too big, he too strong. Oh yeah, I thought Laura beat Canelo when they fought. I thought he won. Yeah, see, that's another thing. If he fight the way that he fought against Canelo, he ain't gonna win that. He ain't gonna win against Hurd anyway. He gonna have to fight the same way. He gonna have to fight Hurd the same way he fought. It's gonna be disastrous for him. Like, y'all keep forgetting that I interviewed Jarrett Hurd. Jarrett Hurd is a big dude, man. I keep telling you, Jarrett Hurd walk around at around like 190. 185. The dude is like 6'1" and a half. He's big. He's huge. Nah. I'm 5'11". I'm 5'11", 240. I'm just saying, Hurd is big. Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that new. Yeah. No, Paul just mentioned something like starting January. They got some new rule in place where I guess they gonna weigh you like the day of the fight, where you can't be. Well, basically, I call it the David Lemieux rule, where I think you can't be no more. What is it? You can't be no more than like 10 pounds. You can't rehydrate no more than 10 pounds. So this gonna be a problem for some of these dudes. See what it is. This is gonna force a lot of dudes to go up weight classes and shit now. Yeah, see, this is what's gonna happen now. For those fights. So guys like David Lemieux who come in at 160 and then they blow up to like 185, it's gonna be a wrap for them. I mean, that's for a WBC like sanctioned fight, if I'm not mistaken, but still, that's gonna be a big problem for some of these dudes out here. So basically, you can't so basically, day of fight weigh-ins gonna be mandatory. I done been in a lot of boxing rings and shit, like then did a little like sparring, but like I ain't never had an actual fight. I've been around the sport like all my life. I go to gyms all the time and shit. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so come January, when it come to certain sanctioned bouts, if these dudes come into these fights like at 170 and shit, and they weigh like for a 154 fight and they come in at 170, they gonna have to lose an additional 4 pounds, bruh, to make the fight. So you possibly could see a lot of backlash as far as some of these fighters. You might see a lot of fighters like getting whooped, because that's kind of hard, man. Like to like try to lose an additional 4 pounds before a fight and shit, day of the fight. So that's gonna be tough. But like I said, that's gonna stop these dudes like David Lemieux and all them people, you know. That's gonna stop all them dudes. David Lemieux come in at like, man. I don't think you know what? I don't even think that's gonna really bother like the real lower weight classes. But them dudes that's like beyond 140 and all that, that's who gonna be affected. All the higher upper weight classes, anything after 140. See, this is when hey, you gonna start hearing that terminology weight bullying a lot come January. Yeah, David Lemieux, a lot of people ain't got on him about that. Asking this dude, hey man, you come in at 160 and then fight night, you like 180 and shit. And a lot of people then complained about that. About the Olympics, I mean, as far as Olympics go, it's good to have that on your resume, like you a Olympian, but it doesn't resonate to whether you gonna be a superstar in boxing as a pro. I mean, it just really comes down to you and shit. Cause I mean, but it's good to have that on your resume. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya was a gold medalist. Andre Ward was a gold medalist. I think James DeGale was a Olympic gold medalist. Triple G was like a silver, and Floyd could have been a gold medalist, but he got robbed in the Olympics and shit. So I mean, it's neither there, you know, either here or there. It just really come down to the box. Lemieux at 168. I'll put it to you this way: this would be the perfect time for him to move up to 168. Shikara got, I think Shikara got silver, something like that. No, he didn't. Anyway. Yeah, so that Olympic gold medalist shit, I really, you know what I'm saying, that's just something good to just have on your resume, but I don't take that to heart. Yeah, I saw Derek Lewis. I saw the footage, man. He was losing the fight, and then he landed something that just that that's what you call comeback of the year, though. Yeah, I saw it. I saw most of the fights like later on, like, you know, they had the fights like posted all over YouTube. Oh, by the way, subscribe to my homeboy's page, Ben Saucy Boxing. We trying to get him to that 1,000 mark, so please subscribe to his channel. Oh, and we will be in Los Angeles for Wilder Fury, so we'll both be there. So we'll be at the fight. Now, let me see. Oh, the guy that Deontay, yeah. If he chooses to, but I mean, at this point in his career, you know, dude ain't nowhere where it's like relevant for them to like fight right now. But as a get back fight, yeah, you always kind of want to fight the dude that beat you. This is one of the problems that I had with Sugar Ray Leonard and shit. So you got a point there, because Aaron Pryor supposed to have beat Sugar Ray Leonard like in the amateurs. And when Aaron Pryor tried to fight Sugar Ray Leonard, it was just a whole bunch of bullshit. The fight never got made. You ain't talking about that dude that's like, you ain't talking about that Asian dude that's like 7 feet. I hope you ain't talking about that's who AJ finna fight. I hope you just joking. No, I don't think that dude is gonna KO Canelo. It's obviously they saw something in him where they could just blow through that dude. Hey, the funny part about it was that dude was only six. That dude that beat Deontay Wilder, that dude is like barely 6 feet tall. But he fought very well on the inside against Wilder. Hey, you better be careful, man. Eddie Hearn might be watching this video, but the funny part about it is the way you make it sound, it just kind of remind you of that movie, man. Like, yeah, this dude, hey, it's a sellable fight. It's a sellable fight, but dude he gotta get some names on his resume and he gotta beat some people so people could take interest in the fight. I don't, man. Eddie Hearn is not gonna get Canelo on the zone. Canelo would be downgrading if he fought on the zone. This is a dude that fought on HBO pay-per-views, man. Now, depending on whatever you think Canelo's actual pay-per-view numbers is, he then generated millions of dollars on you think that you just want to see him fight just to get, yeah, but but look how Wilder get treated now. They'll use the excuse that they fought in the amateurs and Wilder wasn't good as he was then as he is now. So, I mean, you know how this works. Yeah, I wish Canelo wouldn't have took that fight. I would have rather seen him fight Lemieux to take that fight. Well, if AJ chooses to fight a dude like that, I keep telling you, it's just only gonna make him look worse and worse. Look, everything that we hearing about AJ seemed to be a fucking lie. His stream on the day he had a fight with Povetkin, it was free. They was offered a 30-day trial, and he only got like 15,000 views. Yeah, man, Canelo ain't fighting on no damn DAZN. I know people don't really believe that shit. That dude ain't fighting on no DAZN. The only way he'll fight on DAZN if Eddie Hearn give him like $50 million up front. That's the only way. And if he do, I ain't watching that shit. At this point, no, Paul. AJ is working towards 55-45 in favor of Wilder. If he fights a dude like this, he really have nowhere to go. Well, see, that's the thing. Now that you see, that's what I'm saying. When you bring that up, that's the question people gonna be asking. They gonna say, okay, when you fight, because when you fight this dude, let's just say he beat this dude. All those dudes you just named, David Benavidez, those dudes gonna be like, hey man, what's up? Keep in mind, David Benavidez is not a PED user. He got caught like, fucking with, playing with his nose. It's not a PED user. So them dudes go be calling Canelo out. All those dudes, all them dudes, Caleb Plant, Benavidez, Yusuf Kakaya, all them dudes gonna be calling them out. So he putting himself in a bad position, because then people gonna be like, hey man, you came up here for this dude, so you can come back up here for me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. AKA ain't nobody gonna watch Canelo fight on no app. That's a downgrade. How you going from pay-per-view to fighting on a damn app? If anything, I could guarantee you the next time Canelo fight, it's gonna be on a major network. It ain't gonna be on no damn app. So y'all can book that. Yeah, he gonna go. Yeah, what's gonna happen is he gonna beat this dude, and then he gonna say, "Well, I won a fourth title at a fourth weight class." But then people gonna look at you like, "Man, dude, come on, man, this not no real belt." But it'll sell good on his resume for people. What's up? Well, ask B Hop, who is this dude that Canelo finna fight December? well, 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 who is this dude? Well, who is this dude? Bernard Hopkins need to be quiet, man. I keep telling y'all. You think Big Baby Miller is a top five? A top five what? Compulsive eater? I mean, for real. I mean, he should have knocked that dude out. He came in at 317 pounds. He better have knocked that motherfucker. He better have knocked that motherfucker out. Shit. I want you to understand something. Jarrell Miller made 317 pounds, bruh. 317 pounds. That dude weighed like, man, man, that's just unheard of, man. Somebody that, I mean, I know he kind of like carried the weight, I guess, okay for him, but keep in mind, you a prize fighter. You know, you breaking a sweat, you bouncing up and down the ring, you know what I'm saying, and carrying that weight. You still supposed to be an athlete, man. You know, carrying that kind of weight ain't good for your for your heart and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't exactly call him training for a fight. I don't call somebody eating pizza and hot pastrami on rise like training for a fight. Yeah, that's true too. Because Triple G, like I said, his title defenses were against. Well, we already know, we already know all the truck drivers and cashiers to Triple G fall. That's absolutely true. Yeah, I know he used to do MMA, but still, that don't give him no excuse to come into no fight at over 300 pounds. Ain't nobody gonna take you serious if you a dude that come in at 317 pounds and you supposed to call yourself a heavyweight contender. It's a difference between being in shape, fighting shape, and then just coming in a ring fat. Dude just coming to the ring fat. I mean, he got the stoppage. I mean, he should have had the stoppage. I just want to see the dude. I just want to see the dude take his boxing serious. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I didn't get that. Shit. Well, if fucking man, if Big Baby Miller get any bigger for a fight, he may actually fall through the fucking ring while he actually fighting. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't want homeboy to like have a heart attack while he in the middle of a fight. Cause just because you big and can hold the weight don't mean you really can hold the weight. And like I said, you in a physics, you in a comeback sport, and you got all that body weight on you and shit. So I'm just saying that shit ain't good for his health and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, he getting older. You get older, not younger. So he gonna have to watch his weight. I seen some highlights, but bruh, man, come on, man, for real. Let's just keep it 100, man. I mean, dude is 6 feet 6 feet 4 at best. I understand it's called heavyweight, but not obese. Okay. I understand that the division is called heavyweight, but not extreme heavyweight, and it's not called obese. So then so I guess when he come into a fight at 400 pounds, you gonna say he looked great. Nah, come on, man. Yeah, exactly.